Prologue to I've Come to Stay, a Love Comedy of Bohemia. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. I've Come to Stay, a Love Comedy of Bohemia by Mary Heaton Vorse. Prologue. Down below Washington Arch, at the end of the avenue, lies Washington Square. It is bounded on the north by a sparse fringe of fashionables who live in mellow brick houses. It takes only a minute to walk from the north to the south, but whether you pass the hotels west or choose the way past the Benedict east, you have left New York and gone into that mythical spot called Greenwich Village. If I were asked by a dweller in one of these amiable pink abodes north what road to take to what its friends affectionately call the Village, I would be at a loss to point it out. Under scientific scrutiny it is an indefinite area below 14th Street, winding around a variety of irregular streets. It comprises some studio buildings, a few eating places, a club or two, and that is all one can say of its geographical confines. It is nothing much to look at, yet it has already passed into tradition. The Square is the heart of the Village. It has as many moods as there are days in the year, and sometimes as many as there are hours in the day. In spring it looks like a green flag of a strange pattern, and on moonlight nights it has mysterious silver hours. The people who live about it are as diversified in character as the moods of the Square. One group of people melts gradually into another group, or is superimposed on it until one has that intangible thing called atmosphere. Poor abused word! If you would invent another I would never use you again. It is for that reason that it has been the most written of spot in America since the passing of the Barbary Coast. There are living there regular people who look and act like you and me, who have incomes and children and school bills. Then there are wassailers and uplifters, psychoanalysts and professional disapprovers. There are the inhabitants of Sinister Street. There are young people in love with whim and worshipping at the altar of caprice. I do not speak of idealists and sensualists, because one finds them in all villages. There are also the aborigines, who do not know that they live in the Village or that anything is going on. These groups are interchangeable. You may find an uplifter or a regular person turn into a wassailer, and a wassailer become a professional disapprover at a moment's notice. For the people in the Village are not patterned on an unalterable pattern like the animals in Noah's Ark. Like other villages, every one knows every one else's business. Unlike other villages, nobody cares, except the professional disapprovers who hate being found out as much as people anywhere. Innocent tea shops kept by nice young girls jostle saloons frequented by crooks and dips. And in either place you may find blooming there flowers of the spirit, kindness and understanding. And it is probable that in both places wassail of one sort or another is in progress, for near the Square one may have the comforting assurance that one may always have a party if one wants one. As to the virtue of the Village, there are as many professional disapprovers as there are wassailers, and who shall say the disapprovers are the most virtuous? According to Freud, indeed, they are not. Few of the villagers come from New York City. They come from staid New England homes and from refined regions like Beloit. There are few people there whose fathers were not ministers, or at the very least deacons. The children of the righteous inhabit it. Here are those who lived through meager youths. They come here to escape the cramping memories of a childhood. But the past is hard to undo. Obligation still dogs their steps. Old puritanical desires whisper in their hearts. Fanaticism in a new form springs out of ambush at them, as I will presently show in the story of Camilla of the Blue Serge Past. End of prologue. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. Chapter 1 of I've Come to Stay, a Love Comedy of Bohemia by Mary Heaton Vorse. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. Chapter 1.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?